KwaZulu-Natal is on high alert after a warning of weekend rain that could lead to more flooding. KZN Cogta has warned that severe weather could hit the province from Friday evening through this particular weekend. For more on this, Cogta spokesperson Nonala Ndlovu joins us now. Nonala, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I mean, KZN is focusing on rebuilding the province, and then, it doesn't seem to rain in pause over there. What do you have in place in terms of, I want to talk about, firstly, just your emergency services. Are they on the ready?
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me, and good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, we can confirm that all the emergency services are on high alert. Just this morning, a special JOC meeting was convened to make sure that all the municipalities are on high alert, including the firefighters, the South African police services with their search and rescue services, and even with the Department of Transport. So everyone is ready, but we're hoping for the best.
This is also coupled, there's warning of rain. It's also coupled with cold weather. We know a lot of infrastructure, ESCOM infrastructure, was damaged during the flooding. What assistance are you giving to maybe people that just don't have power? The dwellings have been destroyed. What assistance are you giving to those people?
Well, we can confirm that in a lot of the places, the power has been restored. So that's one good thing that we have going for us. But those whose homes were destroyed are currently housed in safe places, particularly in community halls, and they have been provided with blankets and mattresses so that they are warm during this time. And we certainly hoping that will be adequate, and they will be kept safe from any harm.
So this time around, there's adequate warning. One of some of the more affected people were those in low-lying areas, and I'm talking about the flooding here, and it could rain a lot over the weekend. What are you doing in terms of communicating with those people, those that are most vulnerable to this front that's coming?
As you may be aware, we have been on the media communicating that we are expecting this type of weather over the weekend, and we have issued warnings and asked that anyone who is on the danger zone should, as quickly as possible, evacuate as soon as there is imminent danger, so that we don't get to a point where people are now stuck and they are unable to move. So if there is a persistent rain and people can see that it's starting to flood, we are encouraging, and we are still encouraging, that people move in their own accord without necessarily being now forced by the water that is now flooding their homes. So as soon as the rain as the rain starts falling and they can see that it's going to rain heavily, then people must really start moving. We have issued those warnings, and we're hoping that people are going to heed those warnings at this point, because we don't want really to experience what we did experience. But in the event, and we're hoping that we don't get to that event, that people are stuck, as I've indicated earlier, our rescue teams are on high alert, and they will be ready to come to the rescue of anyone who needs assistance.
We were just looking at visuals of some of the destruction, obviously, from the flooding. Just give us an update on just the progress in terms of rebuilding some of the more devastated areas.
Well, although I don't have specific details right now, but I can say that most of the key arterial routes have been repaired, and life is slowly but surely going back to normalcy in those areas. And I can also indicate that even the Department of Human Settlements has started to rebuild some of the homes that were destroyed. They have put temporary housing units in place so that some of the people are able to move back to their own private environments. So the process may not be as swift as we would want it to be, but the process is moving, and slowly but surely we will get to a point where life goes back to normalcy. It will never go back to what it was before, because we know that we've lost a lot of people, but at least some semblance of normalcy will be restored.
Okay, good to hear. Thank you so much there, KZN Cogta, a spokesperson, Nonala Ndlovu, just saying that they are issuing warnings, but they've been issued a warning, bad weather expected this particular weekend, and they are communicating with the residents of KZN. Now, the Western Cape is preparing to deal with unprecedented weather conditions. Devastating rains and winds can lead to loss of life and damage to homes and infrastructure. MEC for Local Government and Development Planning, Anton Bredel, says they are concerned about those who live in informal settlements close to dams and rivers.